Hey, did you know that Canva now has some new features? They just rolled out a bunch of new features last week, including AI powered coding capabilities. Being a fan of all things Canva and tech, I decided to try it out. I'd already had an existing website that I had created using another AI tool, same.new, but I wanted to see how Canva AI's tool compared. My existing website is an AI library that houses all the cool new AI tools that I've been exploring in one easy to find spot. So, what I did first was navigate to the Canva homepage and sign in. Now, if you have the free account like me, you'll need to click on Try Pro for 30 days. I was lucky enough to get a free trial from watching their product unveiling on LinkedIn. Either way, once you have a premium account, your page will appear like this. Click on the Canva AI button above the search bar and select Code for Me. Now you need to enter your prompt. Remember to be specific and clear in your prompt. This was my prompt. I had it tailored from my previous attempts. You will likely not get what you want straight away, so keep that in mind because depending on your subscription, you may have a limit as to how many AI messages you can use per day. Mine was 20 per day. So I entered my prompt here and pressed enter or the arrow. Then it will get to work coding your design for you. In this case, my website. In a few minutes, the AI chatbot recapped what it did for me, even naming my design for me. Cheers. And producing the first prototype version 1. Now you can test out the design to see if it works. Make sure you do this step. Because as you can see in my next message, I realized the language translation wasn't working at some of the links, so I prompted it to fix this. Again, it gives a recap of everything it's done. Then version 2 appears. The language translation function now seems to work, but it's still not 100%. I noticed another link wasn't working or correct. And I didn't like that the other category was in the middle. So I prompted it to again fix these things and produce a version 3 prototype. Again, although AI is doing the heavy lifting, we need to be the eyes and ears as humans, sort of like a quality controller to make sure everything is working how we want it to. In my excitement of using the new tool and wanting to see results fast, I overlooked some details, which is why I'm warning you guys not to do the same. So, in my next prompt, you'll see that I realized other links weren't working either. I also noticed that some of the original links and categories weren't listed. This is where I noticed a problem. I prompted Canva AI to fix those links and include those that were missing and listed them again specifically in the prompt. When we look at version 4 and search for Clips app, for example, you can see that the search bar has lost functionality. When I tried to search by category, the category buttons have lost functionality as well. So I tried to reprompt it with the changes and it responded that it would follow my directions. Again, the buttons and the search aren't working on the new version, and the new information hasn't been added as far as I can see. So I tell it to fix the buttons, and again, as you can see, nothing changes. So in the end, I decided to go back to a previous version and use that as my final version. The good thing is you can always revert to prior versions. I then pressed use in a design and published it as a website. Looking back on my experience, I think that there is an information overload that occurs when you input a lot of information to Canva AI. And maybe that's something that AI agents will resolve with Canva in the future. You can always use other AI agent tools for information heavy projects. But for now, I would recommend using the coding for lighter projects, as I believe there is an information cap where if you exceed it, you will have functionality problems. I did enjoy trying out their new AI coding function, however, and it produced a really beautiful website in true Canva design glory. It was also functional and had some great features that I normally wouldn't be able to do without coding when building a website, such as translation functions. and category functions. So it was super helpful in that regard. The 20 messages per day were enough to get started, and I was able to complete my project within that limit, which was great. Of course, I would love to embed this on my website, but with Canva, you can't embed websites as iframes or web pages unless you buy a domain. If you like this video, please subscribe and press like. Stay tuned for another video coming soon.